Alright, what's going on, guys? We're at the Fairbanks Nature Preserve. It is December, early December. There's no snow on the ground, but there's not really a lot of photogenic type stuff to try to take pictures of. But today we're going to try to challenge ourselves to try to find some beauty in this cold, wintry environment. It is about 40 degrees out, which is actually kind of warm since it's been like 20 degrees lately and very frigid and Arctic temperatures. But we do have some good amount of sunlight today, which is one thing that I always look for as a film photographer. I always look for beautiful lighting that can really make the difference in your pictures. You know, finding dramatic lighting or finding, you know, some little tuft of beauty in this wintry environment. Like I said, there's no snow. It's a little bit warmer. So we're just gonna go out, take some film cameras, and just try to see if we can find some cool stuff to take pictures of. Stay tuned. Alright, what's up, guys? We're at the Virginia Fairbanks Nature Preserve Park in Indianapolis, close to the Newfields Art Gallery and the Major Taylor Skate Park, Marion University. I'm just doing a little hike. If I'm a little out of breath, it's because I have all my photography equipment, and whenever I'm getting ready to go out to do any type of pictures, I'm literally have to have all my cameras, all my film. You know, it doesn't help that I pack along a hefty Pentax 6.7, which I already have film loaded in it from a couple weeks ago, taking pictures of one of my friends as we were walking around, and it's 800 speed film. And as you can kind of see, I mean, you know, it is December, so we're not getting the most optimal light, but on a day like today, there's not many clouds in the sky, which, you know, with film photography, one thing I'm always worried about is, you know, how's the lighting look, because with film, you really kind of shoot to the lighting. And on a day like today, it's actually some pretty nice warm light for, you know, one of the coldest months of the year. But since it was a little warmer today, I thought it would be kind of cool to go out and take some pictures. So we'll just find a spot to set up, and I'll show you some of my gear. Alright, I found this nice little spot we can set up in. I can show you one of my favorite cameras. This is the Pentax 6.7 medium format film camera. Now, this boy is a beast. Everyone you see on YouTube that describes how hefty it is a hefty camera. But, you know, to me it's a thing of beauty. Being a SLR, which is normally what you get with 35mm film cameras, but with this camera you actually get all the negative space of using the 120 film in an SLR format. You know, I got the 105 Takumar lens on here. You know, the one thing with film cameras is, unfortunately, they're not really making many more of them. But yeah, this shoots a 6x7 centimeter negative, which is yeah, it's kind of a beast, but I don't mind the weight just because, you know, it's an awesome camera. Now, at the opposite end of the build quality spectrum is a Holga 120. This is one of my first film cameras. This is like the camera that kind of got me inspired to do film photography, because, you know, in the, you know, 2010s or whatever, when I was, you know, experimenting with different cameras like a 35mm and a digital camera, that's just kind of what I knew photography to be. And once I discovered the Holga, basically this camera takes lo-fi images is a great way to describe it. Very dreamlike. It has a plastic lens, so it's not really what you would call you know, the sharpest lens, but I don't know, just something about it, just how it just makes it seem like whenever I take pictures with this, it's really fun. You don't really have any options with it. You get one shutter speed and you get a bulb setting, which bulb is, as long as you hold down the shutter, which is on the side of the camera, it basically will expose the film for however long you do that. But it doesn't really have any apertures or speed settings for the lens or whatever. But yeah, I just like it. It shoots a square negative, but I've taken some of my favorite pictures with this camera, and it's really lightweight in comparison to the 6.7 here. I mean, the weight difference, this is like, you know, a feather, and this is like a brick in comparison. So, but you know, I love my cameras. I really can't live without them. So, and this is a great camera just to take with you, you know, just because of how lightweight it is. It doesn't really add much weight to your pack. You can take some really cool pictures with this, and I don't know, just it's a really cool camera to use. Alright, so today I realized I did not have any film in my Holga, and I'm going to try to do a variety of shooting. So this is Phoenix 200 120 film. It's all new film stock that they've had out just for about a year, and I'm going to load that into Holga and hopefully get some cool pictures. Alright, so we're here, not really too far away from where I did the camera filming video thing that I'm doing currently. So people wonder what type of stuff do I do to take pictures, like what do I look for, and basically I just like to come out to a spot that looks like it's in nature, or it could be street or whatever, but today I wanted to come to the park where it's kind of peaceful and I could do this YouTube video. I just loaded Phoenix 200 speed color film into my Holga, but I've also got my Pentax I was going to shoot today. So yeah, we're just here just taking pictures, just looking around and enjoying some beauty, and what better way to remember it than with film photography. One thing I forgot to mention about the Holga is that it has a really funny focusing system. You can either focus it to one person, a couple of people, a group of people, and mountain. Mountain is just infinity focus, and then your one person is about, you know, 3 feet focus. But if you want everything to be in focus, then just set it to the mountain. That way you know that it's everything you take a picture of is going to look in focus. But you know, with Holga you can really never can tell, and that's kind of the fun of it. Click, don't forget to advance the film. You're good. And like I said, at the other end of the spectrum, we have this masterpiece Pentax 6.7. You know, this is one of my favorite cameras I've probably ever had. One camera I would definitely keep forever. I'm never gonna sell it just because it's, you know, it's just a camera that doesn't come around a whole lot. So this one will only take 10 pictures just because of how large the negative is. But you know, hopefully we get some good ones. I have 800 speed film in here, and it's kind of a bright day today, so you know, hopefully well, it's got a fast shutter speed, so we should, you know, hopefully get some good images from it, but we'll just kind of see what we get. And this one does have a fully working light meter in it, which is one thing the Holga does not have. No light meter. It doesn't have basically anything. I got most of my gear up there. I kind of walk more by the lake just to get some good pictures, but yeah, I mean, there's not really a lot of people out today, and hopefully the gear's still there. I don't think anyone's going to steal it. Yeah, there's beauty almost everywhere you look today, especially at a nature preserve where everything's just really calm and peaceful. Like I said, I have a Holga as my backup camera. My Pentax is kind of more my heavy gun, but yeah, you know, when you're a film photographer and you're as into it as I am, you just get obsessed. But tell me in the comments below, do you think the Holga is going to look good, or is the Pentax going to look better? And that was the last shot on the roll. So you just crank it a few times. Go ahead and load it with some new film before we change locations. Alright, so for a bit of fun, I'm going to shoot this slightly expired Kodak 320 called X-Pan film. Now with expired film, you want to basically overexpose it, one stop per decade. I think this was expired in the early 2000s, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'll just do it just in case, and just put it in the Pentax 6.7 and see what we get with it. After you put a new roll of film into your cameras, make sure you have your camera set to the right ISO or ASA setting depending on your camera. I just put some expired 320 film in, so I'm going to rate it as probably just 100 speed. That would just, you know, with film, if you overexpose it, when you digitize your files, you can always, you know, add more contrast, but if it's too dark, it's going to be hard to shoot with in Lightroom or whatever you use. But so yeah, I like to overexpose more than underexpose, especially with film. Alright, now I'm all bundled up with all my gear. You saw my backpack full of stuff, my Pentax camera, and basically if I'm hiking around with it, I like to have my own little satchel pack for it, just because it's just gonna be a beast to wear around my neck the whole time. So that's why I like to have this little satchel pack, so that way it's easier to walk around with. So let's go and take some more pictures. Yeah, I don't know how these film photographers on YouTube do it. I literally have all my film gear plus this digital camera and tripod set up. But you know, I just wanted to try it out just because I like to take pictures, and thought it'd be cool if I tried to, you know, be a film photographer that records myself and puts it on YouTube for some cool content. Now, this is something kind of cool. I like those things, whatever they are. So we'll be doing side-by-side comparisons with the Holga and the Pentax 6.7. I would try to get my Nikon out of here more, but you know, with all these three cameras I'm already working with, it's just really hard to try to, you know, get them all together and use them. So I'm just going to be shooting the 120 today, but there will be an episode for 35mm film, sure enough. But today let's just do something just for fun and just take pictures of stuff with medium format cameras. Yeah, I just bashed myself in the eye with this. Owie. Yeah, be careful. I just went doink. Literally hit myself right in the eye. Didn't feel good, but hopefully I got a good picture. I just saw some cool stuff down here I wanted to take a picture of. It's actually pretty nice for a day in December. Must be looking like a camera maniac out here. Check my swag, yo. But, you know, at the end of the day, there's nothing else I'd rather do. So, we're just out here, just taking a hike, looking for anything that has any type of interest. I mean, you know, it could be a leaf, could be a scene. anything, it's actually a great workout carrying all this gear with me into the woods, which I really don't mind. I mean, you know, what else am I gonna do on a day off? Have some fun and take some film pictures, you know what I mean? Like, it's a hobby, it's a labor of love. It's pretty fun, and hopefully this video does well, and you know, we'll see how these pictures turned out. I do develop my own film at home. That's just so I can actually, you know, save money on developing costs, just because with film, not only do you have to buy the film, but you also have to pay for developing and scanning, and if you want prints, you know, so that's why I decided to do it at home. You can get really nice film developing kits, and if you can just follow instructions a little bit, it's not super hard, but it's just something I do to save a little bit of cash and support my hobby. Yeah, I got to give a shout out to all the film photography YouTubers out there that inspired me to want to make this video. Hopefully it's something cool for you guys to watch as well. So it's content creator for content creators. Let's go. Yeah, it's actually pretty warm for December. It's crazy. I'm just glad I was able to get out and do some film photography on December, when it's usually pretty cold and I don't really feel like going out, but on a day like today, I'm kind of into it. I hear some duckies down here. Oh boy, some interesting stuff to take pictures of. There they are. I won't be able to see them. Now this is kind of treacherous down here. Yeah, these weird type stuff. I don't know if I'll be able to get down here without getting hurt. Try anyway, as long as I don't slip. I should be good. Now, with any luck, some of these ducks will come up here and we'll be able to get some really cool pictures. Okay. I'm not gonna go too far down here, but yeah, it looks kind of cool. Say hi. Hi, duckies. Gotta love nature. That's a greenhead. You can tell by the green color of his head. Alright, so now the shot's a little bit more tighter that I switched the lens to the, what is this one? 18 to 135 for my DSLR that I'm filming on. But yeah, that's why I come out here, because I love nature. I like to see cool stuff, and you know, sometimes just ducks swimming in the river is good enough for me. So this is really cool. It's like a kind of like a land bridge, literally in between these two parts of the river. to get a better picture just because they were kind of far away for these short focal length lenses to actually take a picture of. Yeah, I mean, if I would have had, you know, a 300 millimeter lens, then I could have zoomed right in, but yeah, this is just the 105, and on medium format it's basically, you know, like a 55 millimeter or something like that. You know, it's not really gonna be able to zoom in a lot. But so far it's been pretty fun. I mean, you know, it's been a fun experience. You know, my first YouTube film photography video. That's the one cool thing about photography, is that you can't really do it from home. You have to get out and try to find pictures wherever you can find them. Alright, seems like the sun's starting to go down a little bit. You know, we are in the nature preserve, so with trees there's going to be more shade, and it's just usually going to have less light to work with whenever you're in nature, if you're in the forest or in a nature preserve. So I might start to head back, but it's been a really great time. Alright y'all, so we're at the end of the roll with the Holga and the Pentax 6.7. It's been a really great time shooting some film here at the Nature Preserve, and there will be a lot more film and footage to come, so just keep your eye out and keep shooting. And most of all, have a good time. Thank the Lord that we're out here able to do some cool stuff. Have a great day.